if the Democrats elect a president, what mechanisms does the Democrat have in place in order to assure the American people that the newly elected administration would not be just a duplication of the past?
I think Congressman Conyers can tell you what I don't really know, but I know what I've heard is horror stories about the 12 years with the Republicans in control of Congress and how it was. I could just see when I see across the aisle and some of the attitudes and the way things are expressed, there's a stark difference between the Republicans and the Democrats in Washington. There aren't necessarily that much stark a difference here in Memphis. There are some good Republicans. But in Washington, there aren't too many of them. The moderate Republicans do not exist. There are very few of them. They're mostly right-wing and they are reactionary. If a Democratic administration is elected, there's no question in my mind it's going to be like night and day.
Do you have any specifics?
No, let's get something cleared up here, my brother. If I could guarantee you what a Democratic president would do, I'd run for president myself. There aren't any guarantees. We all have to be vigilant, Reverend Billy Kyles, at all times. The job doesn't end because we elect a Democrat. The job continues.
Yes, sir.
But we're able to deal with that. Right now, these last 6 years, we haven't been able to deal with it. But anybody that tells you that they've got a formula that will take care of the problem for the next presidency will probably try to sell you a bridge, you know, in Arizona somewhere. We can't do that. The price of freedom is eternal vigilance, and we can't get around that. We're going to have to watch and argue with, and there'll be differences of opinions, honest difference of opinions, with a Democratic president as well as a Democratic Congress. So we've got to elect who we can and improve the system as we go along. But anybody giving out guarantees, I think, ought to be you ought to be very suspicious of them.